Hi, I'm Tony Kuslu, beverage expert for UK and Ireland, and welcome to episode 6 of MONINfusion. Today, we are going to be reverting back to basics. You might remember from our very first episode that we looked into blends of syrups. So to cut it short, the idea of combining multiple different syrups to kind of fill flavour profiles or certain things that we don't have in our portfolio of syrups. So it's basically just to kind of remedy demand for flavours that we can't possibly do. So, first episode we kind of took a little bit of a deep dive into all things kind of syrup blends. We looked at our Ferrero syrup, so this was chocolate cookie and hazelnut. We also looked into like a tropical syrup and I believe another one. But today we're just focusing on like dessert and confectionery forward flavours. So think anything that's kind of on the dessert spectrum, biscuits, cookies, cakes, all these kind of things, that's what we're going to be looking into today. So, first one we're going to do is going to be kind of like a Cherry Bakewell. Second is going to be like a Baklava inspired syrup. And then the third one is going to be like a Banoffee. So, first one we'll make is a Cherry Bakewell syrup. This is a bit of a tricky one to tackle because it's not necessarily a syrup that we would do in equal parts. We want the almond to shine through more than we would the cherry. And our Morello cherry syrup in particular is quite dominant and intense. So what we're going to be doing for today is 2 parts of our almond or our orgeat syrup and 1 part Morello cherry. Now we also do have a classic cherry syrup and that's absolutely fine to use as a substitute for this. So what we're going to do is all of our equipment that we use, we are going to sanitize it beforehand just to make sure there's no contamination. That will then ensure that once we bottle these that they'll last quite a while once they're in the bottle. I've got a dribble left in this Morello cherry, so I'm going to start off by using this, give it a quick sanitize and then fill the blend into this bottle. Like I said, we're going to be doing 2 parts of our almond to 1 part of our Morello cherry. I've pre-sanitized my jug and my funnel and we'll make some. So, for the sake of this, let's call it a 500ml batch. In that case, I would then do 200ml to 100ml, which actually brings us up to 600. So we've got 400. Just going to top that up 2 to 1 up to 600 using the cherry syrup. From there, you can either blend this to incorporate in the jug, or just give it a stir to incorporate. Then we're good to bottle. Okay, and then it's just a matter of sanitizing this bottle and then transferring this into this. We have made our Cherry Bakewell syrup, and then what we're going to do now using this syrup is make a Cherry Bakewell themed cocktail. It's going to be really simple. 3 ingredients: our MONINfusion, vanilla vodka. Classic vodka is absolutely fine. This just offers a little bit more to both the cherry and the almond in there. And then single cream. If you can't get single cream, double cream, and then milk in equal parts gives you basically single cream. So, let's make this. next up, we are going to be looking into our baklava syrup. So for this, it's going to take 3 different syrups to achieve that kind of flavour profile. We're going to be using rose, pistachio, and then honey. Now, the interesting thing about this, rose with most flavours is going to be a very, very dominant flavour. So for this, we're going down similar kind of ratio that we've done for the Cherry Bakewell, where we want this to take a back seat. We want these 2 to come forward. So we're going to be doing a 3:3:1 ratio. So 3 parts pistachio, 3 parts honey, 1 part rose. Now, if you're making a 700ml bowl, it is literally 300ml, 300ml, 100ml. Combine it. This is all pre-sanitized. We'll bottle it, and then from there, we're going to make a really delicious variant on an iced latte. So let's make this. We've got our baklava syrup made. We're now going to use this to make that iced latte I mentioned earlier on. Now, there's a few different ways you can go about this. You can do this using fresh espresso. I prefer to do my iced lattes with our own cold brew concentrate. The flavour profile for this just works a little bit better for ice drinks as opposed to adding hot espresso. And certain flavour nuances of the baklava syrup will go in quite well, in particular with this. Operationally, obviously, using this over brewing fresh espresso every single drink will save you a lot of time, but it also tastes fantastic. So we're going to be using this today. First 2 syrups done. Onto our third and final one now. So we are going to be combining both yellow banana and caramel in equal parts, so we're going back to how we used to do it, to kind of make a banoffee syrup. Now, this is really easy to do, but also if you wanted to go down, like, say, a banana bread route, all you would do is take the caramel syrup out and then use our brown sugar syrup. And you get a very good banana bread syrup. But for today, we're looking at banoffee. So, like before, pre-sterilised, clean as possible before we make everything. Equal parts of both of these, and then we're going to use this to then make a really good hot chocolate. This does work tremendously well in cocktails, lattes, ice drinks, but for this in particular, we're going to shine a little bit light on what this does in terms of working well with chocolate. So we're going to be making a hot chocolate using our own frappe powder. Just a scoop of this to milk, steam it together, and it's fantastic. We'll build this up, garnish it with a little whipped cream, and then kind of bring that theme of banoffee back to the drink with some caramel sauce and a little bit of chocolate. So, let's make it. we have got our 3 MONINfusion confectionery-led syrups, followed by a corresponding drink to show you guys what you can do with your businesses. Experiment as much as you can, please. There's a lot of combinations you can do for the syrups, but then obviously what drinks you can make with this is a whole other bag of worms, so to say. Couple examples of things that I've done in the past. Mint chocolate syrup, a combination of white chocolate and green mint. We've also got Ferrero, which you've seen before. And then Turkish Delight, which is rose and white chocolate. So there are obviously a lot of possibilities out there. It's mainly just down to you guys experimenting. If you do come across anything you're particularly fond of, drop them in the comments below for us to check out, and maybe we'll replicate them here. But yeah, hope you've enjoyed today's video, and we'll see you soon for the next one. Thank you.